Utaha 先輩を
あみあみフィギュア大賞2023
Hello, 大家好 and Utaha fan. Happy 2024. Welcome to another AmiAmi video. Today is going to be a big one. We're going to look at the 2023 AmiAmi Figure Award together. The AmiAmi Figure Awards are based on the domestic sales data of the year. This year they give out awards in 4 categories. We're going to focus on the scale figure category, which pretty much are all bishoujo figures. They also have a minifigure category, consists of mostly posable or articulate figures, as well as an original illustration category, and a bishoujo plastic kit category. I'm going to put links to the award page in the description below. AmiAmi has been running this award since 2021. Here is the 2022 award page. Take a look at those links to reminisce about beautiful bishoujo figures of the past. And here is the 2021 page. Again, tons of beautiful figures to look at. In addition, AmiAmi also put out 2 YouTube videos announcing the awards where you can see some of the actual figures instead of the promotional photos. The videos are worth a watch and are hosted by Seiyu Tokui Sora, whom you might know her from these animes, and popular figure painter and YouTuber AmiAmi. Since there are 20 beautiful figures to look at together, I'm going to bookmark the timeline where I talk about each figures and rank them into a tier list. So what can we expect in this video, aside from lots of beautiful and sexy photos of bishoujo figures that we all love? Of course, I'm very happy that a Ryza figure made it to the top. And we have lots to talk about here. With figures manufactured by top-tier companies such as Max Factory, Outer, Apex, and Stronger, there's a lot of beautiful scale figures to feast our eyes on. Azuling figures are well represented here, which speak a lot about their popularities. In total, there are 6 Azuling beauties, 3 gorgeous Ryza figures, which I'm very happy with, 3 figures from Umamusume Pretty Derby, 2 sexy Hololive Goddess, and 2 from Blue Archive. I'm going to start from the lowest ranked figures, and then we'll work our way up to the top figures, Ryza. I'm going to give my impressions based on the promotion photos. Next year, I would love to mix in footage of figures that I happen to own from the list. For now, I will put links to videos by fellow figure YouTubers that I follow. I encourage you to check those videos out if you haven't already, for a better look at the actual figures.
顔にお願いします。おー、皆様、こんばんましろ。
Wow, what lovely photos of Shirogane Noel in a white and blue swimsuit. Definitely quite eye-catching. This is a fantastic swimsuit figure. The pose is wonderful, expression is lovely, great paint job. I really love the color palette, her expressions, the eyeglasses, her lifesavers, everything is top-notch. In terms of swimsuit figure, this is a fantastic one to own. But just from the picture alone, you can tell why this is a top sale figures. Lots of great photos of her on the front. I wish we see more photos of her from the side and the back, although we have videos of her. Very lovely figures of Noel from Hololive. I would put her as an A tier. Great way to start.
はい。私もずっと指揮官のそばで苦楽を共にし。
Next up is Azuling figures of Baltimore by Utaha with her armor on. First impressions, I like what I'm seeing in terms of her pose. It's very commanding. The gun and the ship ornaments really complement her here. Nice additions. Fantastic paint job overall. nice shadings on her leggings. There's good amount of details on her jacket, and the way it's flowing is lovely. Unfortunately, you're left with two of those prop-up sticks, which I'm not a fan of. Also, her base is just a generic transparent base. I would expect more in that price range. But other than that, the back shot is very lovely too. I like the details on her jacket there. Love how her hairs look and the shape of her face. I wish there are more photos of the side angle that we can look at, but the front shots are definitely gorgeous. All in all, a fantastic figures from Outer on Baltimore, but deduct some point of the base and the prop-up sticks. So for this reason, she is a B tier.
私は5高専の随角よ。姉と一緒に先輩たちが沈んだ後。
Next up, we have Zuikaku by Mimi Yoi, also from Asu Lane. This is a simpler figure. Her pose is definitely very sexy. I like how she is wrapping her left arm around her shoulders, and the way she reveals her assets is very nice. Back shots are wonderful, and then look at her beautiful breasts in front. Her racing suit strategically covers her assets as always. I like the paint job here and the choice of colors, although I would have preferred if her racing suit is more revealing. And more details around her stocking would be nice. You can see Zuikaku written on the base, kind of give it a luxurious feeling, so very nice. More beautiful pictures of her from the top down, and then those lovely back shots. And the sexy front melons. And then you also have a little videos of her sexy figures. Overall, a sexy 1/4 lady. I would say B tier. Love what I saw, but wanted more.
大砲と一緒にお風呂に入ります？それとも大砲とあんなことし
At
ちゃ
rank
います？
17, we have Taiho, another Azuling figures by Mimi Yoi. This one comes with AmiAmi exclusive tapestry. What an impact out front. Beautiful cleavage. Distracting me from appreciating the details on her jacket. For 1/4 figure, this is looking really good, but a polarizing one. I'm not too keen about her expressions, but very sexy racing outfit. The way her hair flow doesn't look too good to me, and her pose seems a bit awkward. The back could see some improvement in terms of how her hairs are sculpted, and the base is too basic. In terms of why we love this figure, according to sale data, I think this is your answer right here. Those are just gorgeous proportions. I really like what they're doing in terms of the jacket for the inside. Reflective colors to bounce off the lighting around her asset. Definitely a great one for photo shoot. More money shots. They really know what they're selling here. Nice revealing back shot too. So all in all, a sexy figures. A few things I don't like are her expressions and how her hairs are done. Her pose also seems awkward. For these reasons, C tier for me for Taiho.
はじめまして。私はライザリン・シュタウト。ラ
We
イザ
have
って
first
呼ん
of
で
the
ね。
three Ryza figures.
感染のこと
A
はよくわ
1/6
かんないけ
Cuties
ど。
by Max Factory,
まあ、なんと
released
かなる
back
か
in
な。
February.
これからよろしくね。
Overall, a pretty nice figure. Very elaborate base. There's lots of things going on. There's some stone rubbles, some plants. There's even a red birdie resting on Ryza's shoulders. In terms of the base, 10 out of 10 there. Ryza expressions also look very nice and cute. Mecha kawaii. Nice paint job. And of course, we have to talk about her thick thighs. I think they did her justice in terms of her thighs there, and her absolute territory. But because of the way she poses, backshot may be a bit underwhelming. The red birdie has some details, and then the ribbon is looking very nice. You can actually see her alchemy tubes around her waist, and I really like how her right breast gently and softly pressed against her thighs. That's very sexy in my book. I wonder what happened to her other boot, but you see the water bottle. Great accessories here in the base to complement this beautiful Ryza figure. Let us pause and take a moment to appreciate her thighs in all their glory. Oh, now we're talking. If you take off her jacket, you can definitely dial up your enjoyment of this figure. You have an unobstructed view of her sexy shoulder and back. That said, there are some angles where Ryza looks less flattering due to the way she sits, but in slightly off angles, she looks perfect. Ryza is such a beautiful character, so we can never have enough of her, right? I love her expressions, I love her thighs. A tier for me. Fantastic Ryza figure for all the Ryza and Thai fans.
ブルックリン級のホノルルよ。ほぼ太平洋に配属されて重傷を負ったこともあるけど。
At rank 15, we are back to Houshou Marine, Honolulu by Outer. In terms of first impressions, her pose is a little bit too passive to my liking, although I do like her face and her hand gesture here tipping her captain hat. One can clearly see where all the money went in terms of productions, her front assets. Her thigh-high stockings, the way they did the shading is nice. I also like her garters, and I'm curious to find out what lies ahead. Back shots looking very lovely with the way the jacket hang over and layer between her hairs. And her heels looks good. Half body shot definitely looks better than full body shots. Our beloved Honolulu is certainly front heavy here. All the more apparent with her jacket off. I wish we see more back shots of her because those would be gorgeous too. Overall, a very lovely figure of Honolulu. If I have to rank her, I would put her in B tier. She is beautiful but comes with some flaws, like her basic base design.
こんなびしょびしょじゃ私もコーチも困るもんね。
Right next to Honolulu is Bremerton, another Azuling figure by Mime Yoi. First impressions, she is a lovely and sexy figure. Apparently, you can lean her against a wall for a better view of what's lying beyond her miniskirt and red top. You have her in a red tennis outfit, miniskirt, pantsu and all, and then there's the racket, the bag. You always need those water bottles, right? When you have a sport figure. So bonus point there. Overall, a wonderful job in terms of the base design, especially with the fence. The manju is a nice touch. Her sport tops are wet, soaked from intense exercise, revealing her bras underneath. Sexy, revealing, but still very classy. The way she holds her bottle is like she is begging she wants more. I definitely want more of this. I don't know about you. If they would add some water droplets, that would complete this. Another fantastic shot of her, so they really know what they're doing in terms of the photos for this one. Lots more racy shots compared to what we see of Honolulu. We get a simple base plate, but given what else is going on, we already got our money worth. Wow, this is another nice Azuling figure. I would say this one is an A tier for me. Great assets, suggestive yet classy pose, inventive base design. It knows its audience and deliver what they want. At rank 13, we have Umamusume Pretty Derby Special Week by Stronger. We don't have too many photos of this 1/7 scale, but I do like what I'm seeing. Beautiful eyes, nice welcoming pose, and fantastic smiles. While I worry about leaning problem, with strongers they usually use metal rods and that should minimize potential leaning issues. The base unfortunately is super basic. In terms of her face, pointy horse ears, and overall sculpt, Stronger did a really good job here. I also like how her leggings are painted with this white glossy paints and the contrasting purple and white shoes. Special week expression is very lovely and kawaii. There's fair bit of details on her clothes, and the ruffles around her skirt, and the way her tails curls are nicely done. So overall, a nice figures from the series. I would say B tier, not a bad showings for Stronger.
この枕、ふわふわで気持ちいいな。これで眠ればいい夢見れそう。
We have rank number 12,
触ってみる？
Ryza by Wonderful Works. What a wonderful figure of Ryza in her pink and translucent negligee and lingerie. First impressions, lovely batik Ryza, where both her thighs and breasts are nicely showcased in this seductive pose. If one is not enough for your daily routine, why not add Claudia to the mix? I love the way Ryza arms squeezing and propping up her melons, and how her soft hands slowly moving down towards her prized possessions. Back shots are lovely as well, how strands of her hairs hides her leg but leads you to her full back. For accessories, we have her signature hats and lovely shaped pillows. And look at the shot. I mean, wow, this is just amazing and glorious. The way her arms are wrapping and squeezing her assets, you can almost see her nipples right at the center. Very sexy. More beautiful photos of Claudia and Ryza together, giving some nice vibe. Classy, elegant, and simulating at the same time. Wonderful work really delivers on all fronts here. Her translucent negligee and pink pantsu, sexy pose, soft skin tone, complimentary pillows, everything just screams quality here. A wonderful Ryza figures for all Ryza fans. A-tier figure for me. Really loving it.
Happy birthday, ブルワカー。Happy birthday, ブルワカー。Happy birthday, dear ブルワカー。Happy birthday, ブルワカー。
Coming at rank 11, we have a 1/7 scale figure from Blue Archive, with a tapestry bonus of her in the same pose. This is one for those who love cute and petite figure. Overall, she is a very nice figure. I like the color coordinations, and her expression is magic kawaii. She is a simple but beautiful figure, as you can see from all these shots of her. The way they attach her halo to her ribbon is a smart design. I like the way she is holding the umbrella, with the blue rail attached to the end. Also, nice clean sneakers there. Close-up shot of Arona melts you with her very cute smiles. I would love to see her eyes, but this expression is wonderful too. Here is a better picture of the base with the whale, very cute. Top-down angle of these figures are looking really good. Some close shot of a sky blue color shirt. The head on the back got some pink variations. Not bad shading there. I like how they are trying very hard to avoid showing her pantsu in the photos and leave that to your imaginations. Did I say I like how the little blue whale hook onto her umbrella? There you go. Her alternative faceplate. A different but equally kawaii expressions. I like this one better. Her smiles are more subtle, but you can see her bright right blue eye. That make her more kawaii in my book. Overall, a very kawaii figure for those who prefer cute petite girls. However, she is not my type, so I put her in C tier.
人事だと思って、ヌーベのバカ！イズナさんダメよ、服着なきゃ！
あ、なんだ？
どうしたんだ？
ダメだってば、服！ああ、ありがとう。
At last, we're counting down to the top 10 scale figures. Temperature is going to rise, and things are heating up fast, with Minki's from Hell's teacher Nube, representing the not safe for work figures lovers as the lone new figures in the award. First impressions, this demon girl impresses and is dressed to please. What a lovely expressions. And what a lovely foot she has. Her face is quintessential 80s and 90s. If you're into retro anime, Minki is definitely the demon girl for you. Her sharp demon horn and sexy dark armors making an entrance here as a seductress time traveler. She is on the petite side, but her small cheeks on the back are attractive in its own right. And the way her hair is sculpted, with the shadings and the paint job on that feisty deep pink hairs of her are nicely done. Frontal shots are great, nothing to complain there. While they are not particularly big, they are nicely shaped and have good proportions. Here are some different angle shots of her. The boots are shiny, with this black metallic glossy paint. I wish they went for a different base design. But that doesn't matter, right? Because now we're into why we're here, and why this figure sells like a hotcake. This is a cast-off figure, so please cast off at your own risk. Going to dirt base, it left nothing to your imaginations. Undressing her top next, you're greeted with those beautiful twin stars. What kind of heavenly joy awaits? I will leave that up to you. I'm really digging her expressions. Anime face from that era is timeless to me. We also have a video of her courtesy of AmiAmi, albeit a non-spicy one. Overall, a fantastic cast-off Ichi figure, with an angelic face from the 90s but today's figure quality. A tempting figure to collect if you're into retro anime. With such positive qualities, Minki shoot up to A tier. While she's not my type, that the retro new figures make it to the list, that alone is something worth celebrating.
私のこれか？ああ、これはレースクイーンの助っ人を頼まれていてな。うまくこの試合を盛り上げられればいいんだが。
Are you all dressed up from the excitement from Minki? We are now at rank number 9, Baltimore from Azulane, in her sexy racing girl outfit. Racing girls are some of the most beautiful bishoujo figures, and Apex once again delivers. Right away, I love her pose, and can't get enough of it. The way she's holding and caressing the pole of the flag is really inviting. Her outfit design is fantastic. I love her long legs and how her leather boots and short shorts create such wonderful absolute territory. Absolutely gorgeous front shot. Beautiful racing girl jackets and boots. And the way her finger lingers around the thigh, that's just a nice touch. Zooming in, who can resist such a beautiful direct frontal shot? Manju is clearly a happy bird. From these angles, you understand why she is great whether she is on top or bottom. Nicely shy and shaped melons, and sexy behind. And her legs are just absolutely killing me. Very sexy. Cooling down a bit, we see some photos of the flag and the base, and Manju again. She looks equally lovely with or without her hats on. Anyone is going to have a good time shooting her on and off grid. Such a great pose. Apex really nailed it there. Let's our eye feast on more gorgeous photos of Baltimore. If you have some racing backdrop, you can really go to town. What a beauty. Without questions, an A-tier figure. A fantastic figure by Apex, peak quality there.
当然ですわ。Let's go start 駆け抜けて今のこの時代をさあ輝こうもっと
After our heart can't stop racing for sexy Baltimore, we are now into rank number 8, another pretty derby figure, Mejiro McQueen by Good Smile Company. First impressions, great cheerful pose. Perhaps we're looking at her victory pose after winning a race? I like how she's waving a hand and saying hi to us. In terms of her expressions, they are alright. It's cute but could be cuter. Her ears are nice and pointy, bonus point in my book. Her clothes design is interesting. The ruffle is part of her jacket, not her skirt. And I like how her clothes are sculpted to give the illusions of motion. Good job there, Good Smile. Coloring is decent, and I like the gold trim details, but would prefer better shading there. The artificial grass on the base is a nice touch. I like how it gives off a clean look with the figure. I also love how her tails are sculpted and how she's standing slightly off axis. I wish there's more photos of her, because all we have are mostly front shots and a few side shots. The lack of photos doesn't help me to judge the fine details of the figures. Overall, pretty cute figures. Compared to some of the other ones, this is a bit below the cut. So I'm going to put her as a C, an average figure.
魅惑を隠す箱秘宝に香る危なげな Dangerous
Ahoy! We've come to one of the most anticipated figures from the award, Houshou Marine from Honolulu by Max Factory. Isn't she just gorgeous and screams sexy goddess to you? Max Factory really dialed everything up to the max. Her pose, the paint job, small details, everything are top qualities. And there's just something about her expression that always captures Marine fans and their wallets. Look at that blushing face of her. Who can resist? I can't. Her captain hat sits comfortably atop her well-crafted hairs. Such beautiful free-flowing hair. Her outfit is not overtly revealing, but her total package just screams sexiness. This armpit shot here, what a gorgeous shot. And the way her hair is sculpted and how the jacket flows in the air and her beautiful mini skirt. Wow, I love how her legs are bended inwards with her knee touching at 45 degrees. The way her miniskirt dancing around her hip, revealing her thighs and bountiful bottom are out of this world. You can almost see under her skirt and imagine what her pantsu look like. But oh, not quite. This is just max sexiness. The base is well choreographed. I like how the anchor chains swirl around her cape. The underside of her cape even have good color gradations and shading. Great paint job there. With that naughty but nice face of her, blowing a hot kiss at you with that peace sign, Marine is inviting you to appreciate her curviness and her great assets from top to bottom. She's no doubt a treasure box of mine. So yeah, ahoy! Honey Houshou Marine is a great waifu material for figures collectors. I'm pretty sure this was one of the most anticipated figures for a lot of people, and it's probably the figures of the year for lots of us guys and girls out there as well. This is just peak sexiness, peak quality. Everything about her is fantastic. S tier for me. To all Houshou Marine fans, we have a first S tier figure from the award. Well deserved.
私はカウン。月海亭の秘書です。
Alright, have we settled down yet? It's pretty hard to top what Houshou Marine just showed us, but we have to march on. Coming at rank number 6, we have another Apex figure, Ganyu from the extremely popular game Genshin Impact. I was initially surprised that this is the figure that showed up in the award. If I were to collect figures from the game, I would have picked other figures in the other years over her. Consider we also have Ningguang from Apex. First impressions, it's a decent figure for the price, but she doesn't wow me in any particular way. I understand that's how she looks in the original illustration, but still, her pose is too passive. I like her bodysuit design, it's simple but elegant. I'm not too keen on the paint job and shading on her leggings or what that part of her one-piece bodysuit, but at that price, it's okay I guess. My main gripe is her expressions. It is not doing it for me. Even though I know that's in character, her eyes look a bit lifeless. Looking at her back shots, the way she reveals her shoulders, I like that. Somewhat nice detail on her clothes. There's some gold trims and blues, nice color combo. And the way her hair is sculpted at the back, that's not bad. With close-up shots of her legs, you can see how the shading there could be better to accentuate her legs more. Her shoes are nice. That's probably a highlight for me in terms of the figure. The base is nothing to write home about, so let's move on. Overall, Ganyu is a decent figure and probably a great one for Genshin Impact fan. For me, however, she is not on the same tiers as other figures, so C tier.
ブレイド。
教えてくれてありがとう。大好きだよ、レックス。
Okay, after my small disappointment with Ganyu, we're now on to rank number 5, Nia from Xenoblade Chronicle 2, a 1/7 scale figure by Good Smile Company. After a really long wait, we finally get to see Nia in all her glory. So first impressions, what a beautiful figures of Nia in her blade form. Even if you're not a fan of the game, this cat girl will surely impress. Her expression is lovely, and her face is 100% reproductions from the game, including the face marks. Unfortunately, we don't have too many photos on our AmiAmi that do her justice. Nia is well sculpted, with beautiful details all around. Her train tails are massive but beautifully sculpted and painted. Back shots are equally fantastic and mesmerizing. There's no messy looking hair strand that look out of place, such elegant hairs. And her cat ear adds height which accentuate the whole shape and proportion of this lovely figure of Nia. Her sword is another highlight with intricate details. Her base might be a controversial design for some, given how heavy and wobbly she is. Personally, I would prefer they went with a base design similar to the one used for Homura and Hikari. Did I mention glossy paint they apply to her is sublime? The design of her clothes and ornament and robe around her hip and waist elevate the figure to another level. They really should have put out more promotion photos of this beauty. When I first saw her in her true form in the game, I was like, wow, we need a figure of her, and I'm glad we finally did, because of how beautiful she is, both in design and execution. Nia is an S-tier beauty for me. You don't need to be a Xenoblade fan to really appreciate just what a beauty she is. A great figure to have, and the price is right, especially for cat girl's friend.
お呼びかしら。私はフランドール。吸血鬼、フランドールスカーレットよ。
Edging out Nia, we have Flandre Scarlet from Touhou Project. A lot of people did not expect Outer to make a Touhou Project figure, but ain't we glad they did. What a beautiful piece of art. and a love letter to Toho fans. In many ways, this looked like an art piece more than your typical anime figure. Right away, Flandre captivates you with her pose and her well-chosen expressions. Her elaborate and detailed base draws you towards her, inviting you to linger and appreciate the fine details. How the vines are shaped and the roses are sculpted are amazing. And the dress, oh my god, what great sculpt work. The paint job, the shading, the colors, so beautiful. The way her hairs flow, her ribbons, and her small delicate high-heeled shoes, everything is just quality work. The attention to details is impeccable. Even in the back, you can see there's lots of lovely details of her dress. All the crystal coming out from her back and the broken stained glass are all beautifully reproduced. The way they pose her is genius, as if she is floating in the air above the rose patches. I love how her legs are positioned, with her left leg fully extended and the right one bended to give motion and contrast. You just don't see figures of such craftsmanship often, especially one with a base that can be a statement piece on its own. Look at the way her hands are sculpted. You can feel she is eating the apple right in front of you. And the red and black ribbon, the paint job there are fantastic. Then there are her hairs, masterfully done, the coloring and shading. All the little details, the heart-shaped keys, the ruffle of her dress, and the way she bends her leg here are just beautiful. Such a gorgeous figure. Like other well-designed figures, she looks good from a variety of angles. Top-down shots is just as lovely as back shots or close-up shots of her. The paint job and shading again are on a different level. Her eyes are full of life, and her iris are nicely painted. Look closely at her mouth. It's rare to see a mouth with teeth visible that look this good. More close-up shots so we can appreciate her dress and shoes more. Such fine details everywhere. Look at the roses and the vines. With proper lighting, Flandre really shines. If you are a photographer, this figure is heaven for you. There are so many ways to take beautiful photos of her. To wrap things up, AmiAmi also have a 360-degree video of her. I'll be honest, Flandre art style here is not my type, and I would have preferred a more moe version of her. But she is such a beautiful piece of art that I'm having a hard time to think of a good reason to not put her on S tier. Everything about her represents the apex of figure manufacturing. She deserves to be sitting alongside Nia and Houshou Marine as one of the best figures in 2023.
ご主人様に乗っかっちゃった。体も軽いし、今なら何でもできそう。
We are down to the final three. Surprisingly, there's only one bunny figure that made the top 20 figures award. Making a flashy entrance at rank 3 is this gorgeous Ichinose Asuna in a blue bunny suit. A blue archive figure by Max Factory. Fleeing bunny girls are nowhere to be found. Right away, our eyes are seared by a lovely pair of melons. With this tastefully done front shot. What a wonderful time we are in. The way her long beige hair draped across the floor, nice sculpting there. If done poorly, it could have looked like wet noodles. What a money shot. Look at those fine looking breasts. Nicely shaped, great proportion, and a sexy mole on her bust area. Fantastic cleavage. Lovely expressions, very playful. It's like she's teasing you with how she leans against the stool and bend over just enough so you can appreciate her melons. Just looking at it making me very excited. And the shapes of her eyes, There's just something about it that captivates me. I like how her legs are slightly crossed. It's like she's hiding some treasures to be slowly revealed to you later. Her lovely front assets, such volume and proportion, such curvature, so memorizing. The blue bunny suit looks great on her and contrasts nicely with her white heels. That thin stocking stretching from her belly to her feet, so sensual. Visually speaking, leggings and stockings are hard to do in a figure. Nailing that is critical for a bunny figure. While not the best reproductions, I'm satisfied with what I see here. Her long beige hairs are so beautiful from the back. I want to feel them with my fingers. From the sides, you realize just how gigantic her flutes are. Looking at them, my brain involuntarily whispers, "Do you need a hand?" Along with the bar stool, you also get a fur base with brown marble pattern on the rim. I like the fur, but it clashes with her white heels. It would work better if it's in a different color. So overall, a very sexy figure of Ichinose Asuna. Is it enough to put her in S tier? Unfortunately, I don't think she's quite there with the gorgeous S tier figures sitting on the list now. Even though she is a sexy goddess, and as much I want to love her, she is more A tier figure.
やっぱり私が一番なんだから。
Hot off the heels of sexy Ichinose bunnies, it's time for Daiwa Scarlet to bust into the scene. Declaring herself as the number 2 figure in her victory pose, this pretty derby figure has a different art style. Max Factory, they don't produce a lot of figures in a year, but of the one that they choose to make, they are usually of high qualities. First impressions, I like how everything is sculpted. The paint jobs are fantastic, in particular her maid outfit and on her hairs. Nice shading on her skirt, and that translucent ruffle beneath the top layers are lovely. The gold trim throughout add a spark of elegance and color to her main blue and white outfit. Her twin tails are beautiful. I love how her maid outfit highlights her busty breast. The shirt buttons are barely able to contain her melons. Back shots are fantastic too. Joining her twin tails in harmony is her horsetail, creating a nice moving picture of her. I also like the back of her boot. The blue and gold wings are a nice addition there. I just wish the camera angle is lower. Here's another shot of her close-up with that victory pose, or perhaps she is issuing a challenge to you to beat her in her own game. Nice base design, decorating the stone marble base with more gold trimming, which blends in well with the rest of the figure. As we rotate around her, you see more of the volume of her auburn hair. There are some details on her crown, which I like. Another great figure from Max Factory. This one is a tricky one to place into the tier list. For fans of the series, she most likely would be an A tier figure. Overall, the figure is very good quality, but in some way it looks too generic to me. For that reason, I have to put her with other B tier figures.
あ、タルだ。私はライザリンスタート。なんてことない農家の娘。そんな
And
私は
now, the top selling figures in 2023 from AmiAmi is none other than our beloved Ryza, a 1/6 beauties gifted to us via collaborations between AmiAmi and Amakuni. If you asked me last year whether Ryza would be best-selling figures of the year, I'd probably call you crazy. But here we are, looking right at her, and soon you realize Ryza rises above the competitions. First impressions, This is a lovely pose of Ryza. This is one of the best figures of her in the first game outfit. Of the 3 Ryza figures, even though the negligee one is very sexy, this one is hard to beat. We can clearly see why this is the case. With this front shot of her thighs squeezing out of a slightly unbuttoned short, her absolute territory and lovely breast, right away we can see Ryza looking very cute and kawaii with these very cheerful expressions. I love how her arms are up in the air and swing around her back. Not to be outdone, we also have this lovely side shot of her fake thighs, along with a beautiful views of her front assets. If front shots are money shots, then back shots of her thighs and bottoms are diamond shots. Wow, a butt cheek and absolute territory shots here. And here, what a fantastic shot of her glorious thighs. The way her jacket is sculpted and painted is nice too. Her long leather boot is nicely painted as well. I do wish her legs are higher. That would turn her into a more jumping pose, which would fit her jumping hand posture more. Her alchemy mixer and tubes lightly hang around her waist. The copper buckle on her leather belt is also a nice touch. And I love how her jacket flows here. It would have been nice if the jacket had been taken on and off. Here we have this nice fun shot of Ryza, revealing her nice asset and very sexy thigh. These pictures here, I tell you, are all worth more than 1,000 words for sure. The vibe you get from this figure remind you of Ryza from the game and the anime. They have captured what make a great Ryza figures. This is a lovely gift from the collaborations to all the Ryza and Thai fans out there. But look at this. This back shot are just money shot. I can't stop raving about her thighs and absolute territory. All these money shots are insane. The way her thighs meet each other, creating this lovely thigh gaps in between is a sight to behold. And what a fantastic base too. Each leaf looks different, and the flower and stone art are nicely shaped and painted. Hooray and rejoice! You can take her jacket off. Your wish has been granted. Wow, just as expected, without her jacket, the same pose just hit me differently. Now I'm just speechless. Starting from that Genki face of her, we waste no time to catch a glimpse of her side and under boobs as you slowly work your eyes around her, arriving at her final destinations. Then she turns around, revealing her sexy back and even more of her beautiful side boobs. You can't stop but stare at her red shorts and said to yourself, what a wonderful bottom she has, and what a sexy thigh she possesses. Bountiful and soft to touch, curving where should be curving, everything is just the perfect size. Next thing you know, you are as happy as Isa here, jumping up and down, admiring those fake thighs of her. Her slightly unbuttoned shorts remind you that there are always more adventures ahead. You can tell Ryza is super excited, but I don't know if she's more excited or I am, just from seeing all this. This is just peak joy, bliss, and happiness. What a fantastic figure of Ryza. They really deliver on all fronts here. Let's also take a peek at this Ryza figure video. With how excited I was throughout the whole commentary, Do you really have to guess which tier I'm going to place Ryza in? She is an undisputed S-tier beauty. In terms of what fans are asking for, this one delivers. This is the best Ryza figure today. Ones that every Ryza fan should own. So there you have it. This is my tier list of all 20 figures from the 2023 AmiAmi Scale Figure Award. Comments below and let us know what you think. Do you have any S-tier figure? Any here you would consider your grail? Or perhaps one you regret not pre-ordering or getting? Personally, I was super happy that we are blessed with so many lovely bishoujo figures in 2023, and I'm lucky to own 4 from the list, 3 gorgeous Ryza figures, and that heavenly Nia in her blade form. I still don't own any Azulane figures, but I'm always tempted by them. They are such sexy figures. Finally, there are other figures awards on the AmiAmi page, so don't forget to check those out later. I will add links to the Ryza and Nia figures I own when I get around to reviewing them in the descriptions. As always, thank you so much for watching. I had fun making this video. Hope you did watching too. If you enjoy my content, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I very much appreciate it. Until the next video, have a wonderful day. Bye bye.